Defense on Haven. Really challenging task here, but hopefully something that both these teams can tackle effectively. We have been championing Z11 not just through our predictions, but citing previous matches and how they've been handling this. Team Secret, Academy, and maybe to Team Secret as an extension generally have a trouble with these quote-unquote handshake games, Azure, where when they don't have like data on a team that they haven't played against, it tends to be really shaky.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
Z11, despite having a lot of like footage floating around, this is still the first time Team Secret Academy is going to be playing them.
Well, in any case, it is going to be quite a challenge here. Series to get started, and NDG just gets a nice tap onto Endo, or Endoist. And already, look at this. Multiple flanks coming in already from the other players of Team Secret, all the way from C site.
Just really curious if they're willing to get rid or willing to sacrifice this body advantage, but that's a lot of map control, right? When you play this wide, it normally does lead to a lot of info, not only passive, but actively being gathered. Does look like there's not going to be a lot of action just yet, but look at where two players from Team Secret is, or are.
Yeah, they're just kind of waiting, right? At least there is a quick response just in case. Aplex is already spotted the back of the site. Here comes the big flank from Bass Babe, and he spots it out. Big little backstab all throughout. NDG's not going to realize there's another one, and he will fall. Prodigy and Secret. Oh, okay. Secret's already coming in. Good damage altogether. 3 bullets left in the chamber, so he has to go for the reload. 2 versus 1. Spots it out. Nice little flash. Not going to be able to rack in time, and Prodigy shuts it down. Team Secret with a pistol round to their name.
Great stuff here for Team Secret Academy, opening with a dub. NDG slicing that round open with a clean shot towards a long. You can already tell who's warm off the get-go. At the same time, there were a few mishaps here and there. I suppose maybe a little bit of trust on that crossfire, but ultimately it's the Yorus that's coming out for both these teams. Skillsy trying to open up the site, while Secret is doing the complete opposite. Now, an eco round, I don't think TS is going to drop this ass, right? Not by any measure, especially with the weapons they have in hand.
Well, can always be a difference here, especially with, again, if there's some well-coordinated... Oh, okay. Oh, the TP through the trap wire. Vines... Or Vanessa just gonna try to back away. Oh, that paranoia actually hits him, but he still converts the kill. Good stuff. Now here comes the rest. Aplex could get a little bit pincered in. Shots not connecting from, well, Mioru, and the right click's just not looking too well. Aplex picks up the 3K. Good stuff.
That is shaky to say the least here. That should have been a free kill from Killsy, but sometimes the shoulds in this game end up being could have been.
Yeah.
Does look like Z11 is going to be a bit more well equipped this time dealing with this this bonus. You still have to look out for this Outlaw and this Guardian though. Actually, and the pair of Vandals from TS. Does look like they're scaling really well onto this. Aplex doesn't seem to mind hanging on to the Sheriff, but realistically speaking, this could have been treated like an extra buy round, and TS could have snowballed off this. Z11 though, they're now defaulting quite slowly but surely towards B.
Yeah. Well, I do like that you have yourself, more weapon purchases for Team Secret here, just because, again, you're able to challenge the firepower of Z11. Good catch from Secret, though. That is going to spot at Hardora. That being said, it will be a plant for Z11 on this B site. Okay, I like this. They're not just kind of, forcing the post plant on the site itself. They're getting a little bit more map control. Project's going to be pushing up right now. Uses the shield to protect him. He does have his right shield to just barge in through the site. Might not be needed, though. Uses the undercut. Forces the fight. And, the flashes are keeping them safe for the meantime. But Team Secret's just doing a really good job at segmenting these fights. And they're just falling down one by one. It's just Bass Babe to remain. And he just falls down. Team Secret. Okay, good start to the rounds. 3-0 already.
Undercut plus Yoru clone. Such a simple yet underrated combo in my opinion. Because once you get hit by that undercut, kind of to make a choice. Like, okay, now I'm in a fight or an even more exaggerated fight or flight scenario. Do I actually try to bite on the bait, especially with Durka kind of walking up? See, everybody knows that clip. Everybody has seen that clip. Maybe that's what both these teams are trying to replicate. Either way, Team Secret, very masterful movement towards the map. If you guys haven't noticed just yet, every time they see an opening, they're so sure of sending that double flank going, and regardless of what happens, there is a trade that could potentially work out for those two flankers. But this time they play a little bit more reserved, Aserai, and they're gonna leave B open full confidence in the retake game.
Yeah, I guess Secret also realized that there's that initial stance that we see from Z11, but at some point they have to have someone, you know, set eyes here on the B site, or else it's just gonna be a flood of the Z11 players. You're already seeing that Fontas is bringing that spike already slowly into the B site. Ness is the only one really just defending it. Well, he defends it perfectly. He shuts down Endostin very quickly. Kelsey at the back of the site here. Prodigy, if he's feeling a bit snappy, he could just push in. Undercut already set up. There's the shield as well. This challenges the fight already. Has the Yoru clone alongside to help out. Bass Babe, though, doing a lot of damage, but the Trident Step allows him to not escape, and that's going to be Secret NAG just finishing it off. And Z11 slap back down. No chance that they're going to be able to really fight for that one.
Z11 is getting stopped pretty convincingly. I don't know if it's a rhythm issue here, but the fights on the site itself are messy, Aserai. I feel like it's really those initial hits that tip the scales a little bit more in Team Secret. Sure, they have a defensive advantage anyway on those retakes. Because Z11, they don't really tend to spread themselves out on the map. It's been heavy impact after heavy impact, but they haven't really done much to dent this defense, if any at all. Now Applix is going to confidently pick up the operator and could get a freebie here. I doubt that Z11 expect the Omen to have such firepower.
Ooh, that's kind of interesting, though, that they put the trip, or, you know, the dart not really to expose the back of platform. I'm not sure if that's going to, you know, cost them dearly, especially as you mentioned that they don't know that Applix is holding this position with the operator on the Omen. Still, though, the slow approach from Z11 on Garage could be problematic for them as the drone is coming in. Does it spot the operator in Applix's hands? They already gone through. It's just the Yoru clone first, and he has to back away for the meantime. Paranoia is still available for him for that defensive posture as he throws it out immediately. Vanessa at the corner right now has to deal on logs. Good for one conversion. The flash from Secret, though, and he is just going to have a very, very good time as that flash just hits everybody pushing out, pouring in to the C site. Hardora and Fontas just losing the initial bout, the entry, and they have to re-encapsulate the situation. 3 versus 2. Prodigy's backed away alongside Secret here, as they just want to sync up with the rest of the team, maybe just waiting for Z11 to go the other side of the map, but no, it's going to be C side.
30 seconds left.
Oh man, the discipline by Team Secret just makes it so difficult, but a 1v1 with Prodigy doesn't end well for Ardora. Like I said, sorry, I feel like this round is done and dusted unless I've jinxed it, but the discipline by Team Secret just makes it so difficult to fight against. And they clean up, and by that I mean, yes, they did win out that brawl. They managed to save the op, and you know, they had a lot of room to work with. They play that 3v2 to perfection. They're like, okay, let's not risk anything. I'm sure, or at least the call was that they're sure that Z11 shouldn't have majority of map control, and even if they did, there's a trade ready and available on how like TS was situated towards spawn.
I mean, this is just okay. There we go. We got the call of the timeout for Z11 already, but honestly, Team Secret just doing a very good job at following protocol. Right? You see all of these aggressive takes by Z11 to push onto that C site, and they don't Team Secret hasn't been overheating. They don't want to keep challenging the fight. They're just, you know, they're just slowly pushing up. Let's just back away a little bit. We have these cipher cages, the tripwires to delay them. If ever, Secret's always just going to be there, you know, with a nice little gate crash into a flash out. Then we'll be able to re-challenge, and it's just really good. Applix, again, doesn't really have to go the higher road and just try to challenge fights. He just has to back away, stay alive, throw a paranoia, delay things, and then just wait for the rotation from the other members of Team Secret, and then they can go and challenge that fight in a better situation.
I mean, we haven't really seen Z11 try to peel out the utility for Team Secret anyway. Like the way they've been pressuring, it's been just hyper committal right? At the same time, I don't think Team Secret has been giving them enough room to back out either, especially they've been setting these double flanks. We are gonna run like a hero vandal and Endo. He's run away from the kill contract, so if he can get something going, it could potentially snowball for his team if they can help him pick up the rifle. But alas, it is Secret again on Team Secret, finding the face of Fontes, and that's the initiator out of the opener for this round.
Yeah.
Unsupported too is Endo. Interesting choice.
Well, if he can find the backstab kill here, that will be... Oh, they're just back-to-back to each other.
No.
Vanessa doesn't even know about
no
it.
Way.
Oh, that is huge. He just walks up straight into the site. Immediately uses the kill contract. NDG's here to go for the challenge. Prodigy has gotten the kill onto Hardora. And I think Team Secret's just fight here is just to make sure that everyone else except for this guy, Endo, just ends up down. And now it's all up to Killzy. And he's just trapped all the way here on the other side. Spike's right in front of his face as he tries to find one shot first. Not going to happen. Secret picks up a 3K, and Team Secret continuing the barrage of rounds.
I mean, realistically, this is where Z11 have to retaliate. That's always magic number 6 for a lot of these teams. If not, then I'm not entirely sure what they're missing on that info gather. They know how Team Secret love to play these advantageous situations where it's just full discipline, so maybe they have to throw a curveball to maybe hit that rhythm and throw a wrench in their plans. At the same time, there's some small mistakes here, Astray, that I feel like Team Secret are doing such a good job of capitalizing on. For example, Endo, despite him walking in and getting a frag, he was still largely unsupported. Team Secret has been scouting that out for a big portion of the first 6 rounds. And a lot of these face checks, too, by Z11 are getting punished a lot. They're playing off a lot of sound. Another pass towards B. But this time, Z11 get the upper hand.
Yeah, maybe just a bit too over-eagerness for Team Secret just to punish the fight here. Z11 a lot more composed on this one. Secret's already just kind of hoping maybe he finds something. The flash out, the challenge as well. And this is, again, Team Secret really just, again, piercing the fight. Not really getting what they kind of want to from that one. It's all just down to Aplix. He started the defuse, but again, Endostene's just right there at the corner. Killzy just assists. He falls down, and that's going to be that. Good stuff coming in from Z11 here as a very comprised round comes out for them. Just, again, punishes the, I'd say, over-eagerness of Team Secret.
There was a lot of active motion here by Team Secret. I think they really wanted to stop that attack before it could really flesh itself out. But Z11 were ready for that aggression. Again, usually it's round number 6 where the big adjustments come. At the same time, the initial game plan for Team Secret just was doing really well. I'm surprised that they ventured away from that. Or maybe just the shuffle was not going their way.
Ooh, okay, great shot from Secret though, but that doesn't stop Z11 here. Found their refreshed vigor already. You can see that Bass Babe has used his from the shadows. Go around the corner. Killzy repositions. Holds the A-long angle. It's not bad if anybody's going to go for the flank. Kill contracts activated already. No one yoinked by it? That's kind of interesting. Anyways, Endo's stint. Very good shot. Undercut as well. The rest of Team Secret now starting to come through. Riot Shield gets pushed out by Endostin. Smoke right in front of their faces. If they don't have flash out from this one, they're just going to be going into the crossfire. And Endostin comes in for the 4K nasty, using the shield just to block body shots. And then you can just see out of the sidelines, Hardora. That's a shot off with the operator as well.
Stubborn Team Secret there, really challenging the ISO on an angle where they just didn't have too much control on. Sure, they tried to trade, but the support by Hardora was a bit too much to handle too, whether it be from the cage or that op shot. Now, Team Secret, it's their time to maybe reassess what could be happening. And, you know, these last 2 rounds, sure, they have a cushion to work with, but they can't allow this to snowball. You know what type of team Z11 can be. They do have the aptitude to just mechanically bully us, right? And That's exactly what's been happening for, what, 2 rounds now?
Yeah. Again, it was a great start from Team Secret, but it seems like those 2 rounds, bit of shake to their step, right? I think RBTX also realizes this, and he immediately just wants to say, gotta chill a little bit, guys. We have to keep our composure at this point. We're already looking so good at the starting 6 rounds, but those were just the starting 6 rounds, as you mentioned, right? It's the magic number, and Z11 here is building up that steam. We are somewhat halfway done to the first half, but again, with this refreshed vigor from Z11 and them starting to build bank, Team Secret's gotta be in a more aware state, right? I mean, not afraid, but rather aware that, you know, they can't just YOLO some pushes and accept that it's gonna work out for them.
I mean, 6 is a good number for Haven defense, but naturally, when you're winning, you want to win more. And I like this timing by Secret here. He thinks there's a trap wire, and his instinct's all right. I think he heard a sound cue also. But now Z11 are diverting themselves elsewhere on the map, and however they gathered their info is leading them to the right path here, Acer. This could potentially be the easiest way to break onto either B or C.
Vanessa's gonna get shot out here. Has to go for the smoke immediately. NDG gotta go for the approach. 1 versus 1. Well, if he can just bait the shot out here, maybe, you know, delay things as much as possible. Could have been. But NDG as well as Aplex actually assisting. And this thing just did not know what hit him. And now it's gonna be Killzy by himself. No more ultimate to use to get out of harm's way. Goes for the fake right now and was heard by the drone used by NDG. And now the mind games continue. 30 seconds left onto the clock. He's already made a bit of noise on C already. Now they know that is where the site he's going to be fighting on in. Question is, will he try to go elsewhere? Looks like that's going to be a no. Here's the rotation and everything. Knows that that's a fake right in front of them. And challenges will fall. And Team Secret just, again, answers back quite quickly.
You're not a good shot
Good effort there by Killzy just to try to keep it afloat, but Team Secret pushing them under the waves here and drowning them yet under another round. Once again, Acer, when they play disciplined like this, it just becomes such a difficult task for Z11 to close out these rounds. Yes, the trades are happening, but ultimately it's Team Secret getting an advantage. I have to really look at that 2v1 again. That was by far one of the best 2v1s we've seen in a long time. There was nothing flashy about it. They weren't running a complicated set. They had a piece of utility that they could capitalize on, and they did. Played for the trade, swung out on the player with the hot hand, and just nullified him completely. And that added up to yet another round of the board for our Academy team.
I agree. It was a very clean...
Bet you do.
Yeah. All right. Camera here on the B site already. Can see that Endostin is very cautious of it. Now they're just going to go for that B site take once again. And, well, the Sova drone is going to give all that, you know, juicy information. No one's home at the moment. No shots tagged by NDG. So the plant commits? No, it actually goes the other way, and Aplex hits a shot on Hardora, backs away immediately. And I think he actually just went straight and TP'd across Hardora's tripwire. It actually works out for him.
Not ready yet.
Okay,
Z11.
Yeah, we're not yet done.
Still having a... Yep. Having a hard time trying to break into this Astra, but TS again, look at this. Playing it to perfection.
Well, Aplex will get caught from that one in the back of the site. Vanessa just cannot convert the shots with the Guardian, unfortunately.
Spike planted.
There was a bit of a lull there, right, before Z11 actually striked onto the C site. They had to just take posture on C long, and it took them about 10 seconds before they could do that. Prodigy, oh, I like the use of the shield just to maybe half the defuse.
Oh, no way,
He's
right?
able to do it. Yeah, I mean, he's not going to go for the full defuse, but that actually works in his favor. Although, Team Secret challenging. Not going to work out for them. That one-way smoke, I think, just messed up what they kind of wanted to do. And it falls in front of their face. Z11. And this is just an answer back between the two teams.
I kind of want to see, like, a harbor ISO comp just for that situation specifically, because could you imagine the amount of time you would burn with a cove plus the moving barrier. I think that could honestly, like, maybe secure a plant if the opposing team doesn't land a bunch of shots. But again, Z11, I like that they take a little bit of inspiration from Team Secret there, play their numbers perfectly, but at the same time, you can't help but feel that those whiffs played a large part on that defense, Asar, on both those defenders.
Sure. Oh, the push out. Secret actually has gone through, but look at this. No one from Z11's actually there. The rest of the team's already going to be going for that C-site push already. Bass Babe does find the lurking Prodigy. NDG's the only one that was able to pick up a weapon there. Neural Theft's activated by Vanessa here just to give them that crucial information. The challenge. Secret's not going to be able to get that contact he's kind of hoping for. Fake out used as well. Does allow Vanessa to push through alongside him to not trigger that tripwire. The push out. Whoa. And this is a little bit segmented from Team Secret. They're just coming in one by one. Not looking too hot. And yeah, they're just going to be blasted before they even can set foot onto the C site. Just good. Again, good post-plant from Z11 here.
They're catching up, but again, there is still a lot left on the table, Asar, for a considerably stronger side. Unhaven, I like to talk about, like, how things should be. Granted, Valorant can be a really chaotic game and the numbers definitely get skewed every now and then. But at the same time, at the highest levels, or even at the cusp of the highest levels, we kind of expect at least somewhere within that expected outcome. Sure, Team Secret had a hot start, but Z11 with the recovery makes us a bit better. I'm not sure what that recon was supposed to do, if that was a recon or if it was a dart, but it does get rid of the tripwires here. Now there's a lot of perceived pressure on this side of the map, so you see a lot of movement from Team Secret.
Killzy has an operator on the attacking side. I mean, this is the last round already, so he does have a rifle that he can pick up if he backs off near their spawn. I think he's just kind of hoping that maybe, well, obviously someone from Team Secret just, you know, foolishly peeks out into the open, but Team Secret's just been using a bit of your utility there just to get information. This also kind of burns the defensive utility of Team Secret because there hasn't been so much information that Z11 has given. Now, Team Secret, I think, also realized because the drone from NDG spotted out nothing, they're going to be stacking it up on this A site. But once Killzy has already used his Dimensional Drift, as we're seeing here right now, it has to be some kind of difference. Quick little flash out, and already there is just no lag between Z11, but Prodigy goes in ballistic for the 3K. It's turned into a 2 versus 2. No plant on the spike just yet. Who has the spike plant in their hands? It's going to be Hardora. You can't see the positioning of Applix. Goes in for the TP. Very ballsy on this man as he wants to challenge with the Guardian by himself. Vanessa isn't even there. Now he's going to be on 2 versus 1. And the disconnect between Team Secret cost him the round. And Z11 picks it up.
Well, at the very least, Z11 make this...
All right, we're back. What was the point you wanted to say? You know, before
wow,
we got the
what a
halftime
segue! Break. What a segue! We're back. Now to me, now to you. Back at the game. Look at me again. Well, my point was, we were talking a little bit backstage, and by backstage I mean while we were muted, that Team Secret doing really well on defense. Again, sure it's a bit more common these days, but their execution was good. Hopefully it's the same thing for attack.
All right. Very aggressive from Z11 there, and conversion from Killzy does give the numbers advantage for Z11. Vanessa pushes up very aggressively here into the B site, where he is going to be in a 1 versus 1 against Endoistin. Actually works out for Team Secret right now. Might have opened up this B site for them. Fake out will trigger the tripwire, which actually works out in his favor. And Hardora, well, very cautious about the push out from the back of the site as well. Applix in the corner here. The push out from Killzy, a little bit too hyper aggressive. Smoke's dropping down. Vanessa is low at the back of the site, but he is doing so much damage already. And a 2 versus 1, Bassbay just cannot deal. And Team Secret low on HP, but high on hopes as they win the second pistol round of the game.
Oh, wait. By the skin of their teeth, by the way. They ended up, like, narrowly dodging a bullet on those last few exchanges here. Z11 did get the upper hand, but I can't help but feel some of these pushes, at least from the links, looked a little rough and a bit forced. There could have been a lot more supporting utility just to clear it out. Sure, it's a pistol, anything can happen, but Team Secret already has a sizable lead that they're looking to run up. You need every round, every second you can buy. And Z11 looking to continue, or at least this comeback effort.
Well, They do have the sheriffs in hand as well. 3 on their side, at least for this eco. Team Secret's just...
Enemy mark.
Okay, so they're using the drone here. Ooh, did the drone spot?
Cover going out.
Oh, okay. I thought Fontes was still there on the corner on Cubby, but no. He's just going to be pushing up right now. NDG is just slowly creeping. Fontes, ooh, just spots out the rest of Team Secret. Okay, there they are, guys. Let's see what happens here. Good timing on Vanessa, though. He's been doing good at just finding these like off-time kills, and it just works for him. He is not done. Kill Z. Another one. Oh, the sheriff is just getting so much value. He's lining up for the ace potentially. Hardora is right beside him. If his teammates just want to give him the kill potentially here. 1 versus 1 now. The 4K denied. Okay. I was kind of hoping, but you know what? This is a pretty solid round altogether for Team Secret. I don't expect them to lose this round, but Fontes and Hardora are going to be looking potentially for a little bit more of the exit frags. Aplex is just in sync. Now it's all down to Fontes.
They'd be pretty upset.
Shot.
Oh. I was about to say they'd be pretty upset if they managed to lose that round. So good that they kept their bearings together and closed that one off. At the same time, Vanessa's gonna have a neural theft ready and waiting just from the sheer value you got from that 4K. The 11 looking like a rough start, although I did say right, this could be like a 1-1 situation where they kind of give up the map pick and try to go for that decider win. I did say it is leaning to Z11 simply because Thailand as a region is, I'd say, a tad bit better when it comes to split over the Philippines, data-wise.
Now, Team Secret, they got the ball in their hands, right? So this is going to be the gun round for Z11, but it looks like they have a plan to get things started with on the C site. Secret, though, could get shot through the wall here. He's got to be careful. There it is, the challenge as well. The back out. But here comes the rest of Team Secret already coming through, barreling through Garage. Although Endo his team has found that contact. I think that has dissuaded the Pinoys to just back away for the meantime and find another site to just try to take away from the defenders. Unfortunately here, do they still have the firepower? I mean, they still have like 4 players and whatnot, but there's still a good amount of defensive utility sprinkled around the map by Z11.
Yeah, a lot of layering that Team Secret has to peel away and maybe burn away. Z11 had a lot of hard time trying to get that, but I like the defensive layout for Team Secret at least. They just really wanted to keep their extreme sights on ANC a bit better, but a few frags here by Endo gives them a bit of hope to take this round back or finish this round.
Nice tags all together. Endo's team does not. Oh, Secret does just lose bullets. No, it's one of those things. It just happens, right? Vanessa, 15 seconds, creeping up here on C-Link. Yeah, they were, but he had to just march through, and at that point, I think Z11 just runs away and burns time.
Because that could have been such a big snowball, right? If you found the healthy player, then realistically, all they had to do was to deal with Boss Babe. But again, can't be looking at the what-ifs for too long. Round number 16 here is looking like a decently one-sided affair, Asrai. Even when Z11 won that round, it was pretty expensive, to say the least. They will have to resort to half shields on both Killzy and Endo. Doesn't really affect Endo much, but it could make or break Killzy, where he has to rely a little bit more on his flexibility and maybe pick his fights. It's safer, but look at Team Secret. No doubling back.
Yeah, it's the full commit from them. Hardora, though, alongside Fast Babe, using the tripwires to get those contact that they're hoping for, and Team Secret just can't really pierce the back of the site. Now, they're going for this aggressive take. Oh, the timing on the push, and Killzy actually saves his teammate for the kill. Fontes just gets the last one as well. But Team Secret not having utility to force the back of the site is problematic for them.
I'm really surprised Z11 is not getting a leg up in these fights, because normally Z11 would be the more mechanically dominant team per se, for the most part. But the gift of youth for both sides makes these exchanges that much more exciting. Team Secret holding on to that lead, but they have to be careful now. They are on an eco. They might have to get creative on how they want to splice up the side here, Asterai, because both heavy hitters are towards A, supported by that Sova.
Yeah. Gatecrash is on graffiti, though. Killzy, how long does he want to hold this angle with that outlaw of his is the question. I mean, even if he does get swarmed, you know, he also has a dimensional drift to get out of harm's way. So, I mean, he can stay here for as long as he actually just wants. Does that actually get... Oh, okay. Shoulder tap.
All right.
Mm-hmm. That's gotta hurt.
In more ways than one. But now Team Secret working on a 4v4 now. Quick shot by Prodigy. This should be a bunch of alarm bells for Z11.
Look at how just far pushed Killzy is already here. And then he just spots out Vinesse. Backs away, uses the smoke of his own opponent to give a bit of cover. Again, because he has a dimensional drift, he should be looking a little bit more leaner in this fight, and he's just going to be able to play as far possible as he wants to. Endoisting just sends it, falls down, and NDG doesn't even look right behind him. He just gets donked the back of the head. Oh, no.
Oh, rabbit punch. I think it's crazy. That's the second time we've seen that happen to NDG, where he gets snuck up behind from both duelists now. You said great opening by Killzy. Actually, that's such a narrow shot to land. Quick adjustment there. I'm not too worried about Team Secret. It is a 3-round swing, but this is going to be a very, very aggressive buy on their end. Killzy is going to try and anchor with this operator. Does have dimensional drift if things get a little too dicey, but look at how Z11 is positioned now. Sorry, they are not looking to guess. Killzy spot one? I don't think so, right?
I mean, maybe he did on the jump, but I don't think he can have a clear shot from that, though. No, I don't think so. Anyways, maybe Team Secret also spotted him as well on the minimap or something when he was jumping up and down there. Anyways, look at this. Endoisting. Oh, no. I think if he hears that, he might actually just want to peek through this. Is the trap set? Sprung?
Oh, my gosh. Dude.
That tripwire did absolutely nothing to stop him from just peeking out. Prodigy now just wants to go for the challenge, but a smoke just gets slapped on his face, and they can't get a refrag. Oh, spots it out, but that will be a trade. So quick from Z11, though. Team Secret, I like the Moxie. You know, they were able to get a frag there at least. Maybe it opens up this C site as well. Exactly. Secret needs not to really overextend, but look at this. Hedorah not using his camera just yet. He's waiting for the opportune moment. Here comes the setup from Killzy. Sets it up. Good flash, but beautiful. Yeah, Secret's just able to really react in time to that one. That being said, though, Spike has yet to get planted. Bass Babe and the rest of Z11 just waiting cautiously for the meantime. The TP gets heard. The fight done by Aplex has been really good at this fight. It's all down to Fontas. The trigger, the trap wire, the neural theft, just giving so much information for Fontas here, and he just waits. Vinesse a little bit too overeager, and he just falls down. There was so much time for that 1v1, but he got a little bit too zealous for the peak.
Not sure if they have a timeout here, Aster, but I would be scratching my head just a little bit if I was Team Secret here. That was a round that was perfectly winnable on their end. Had maybe a few mishaps here, especially at the start. I think that's also like a public service announcement to everybody that you can't be clumsy. No matter where you are, no matter how safe you think you are, you have to correctly position yourself, no matter what. If he tucked into the corner, there was no way they would have let go of that fight, and maybe NDG could have made the difference in that situation, or at least in those final seconds. But now we are stumbling, fumbling, falling into the eco, and Z11, they can smell blood. They want to take the lead.
And this was coming from a 0-6 at the start too. Team Secret is in a world of trouble right now. You've only gotten like 3 rounds in the second half. That's the complete opposite on their side. NDG wins the battle though against Endostein. Destabilizing. And that's a very big one to say at the least. Fontas rather. Oh, he catches 2? No, he just catches the 1. But Killzy off of that confusion from the Hunter's Fury gets the peek off with the operator. Now Team Secret has to wiggle their way out of this B site. Fontas hears the footsteps, backs away just for a little bit of that space, and he just sets it up. Trap sprung, trap activated, and that's going to be Team Secret losing the battle, and Z11 double digits.
This is starting to rot for Team Secret, and the mold is showing. Asterai had such an excellent start, but perhaps they're overthinking this defense now. Double swing, little clunky there. Could have done it at a much smoother pace. They will burn their first timeout on this half. Few choice words by the coach here. I do fully expect them to retaliate after this this timeout. If anything, we've learned from Team Secret Academy today, they're very strong out of a reset. With that being said, Z11 have to be much more careful moving forward now, because maybe some of that info has been scouted. I have to say though, it's not like they're doing anything too crazy on this defense either. It's okay, we're getting the info, we're gonna try and take a fight mid-transition, and if things pan out, then we're just gonna play the man advantage game. Team Secret still haven't unraveled the secret to retaliating.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not like they're losing, you know, strats on what they want to do to approach the sites. I think it's more just they're not really finding what they're expecting to find on the initial contact. And then, you know, those mid-round calls haven't been as clean as what we've seen from Z11. So with that being said, Team Secret really has to play a different pace here. Or maybe just try to get the upper hand already, because Endoistine, oh no, this has happened way too many times. The backstab against Team Secret, and this is just horrible for them. They push up, and I mean, it's the battering ram, right? You have the shield from Endoistine. He can at least absorb a bullet or two before he falls down, but that doesn't even happen. It's Killsy. And then they also have Baspay right behind him to just win the battle, and now the spike out in no man's land, and Vanessa is just way too far.
I don't even think this is no man's land. Those are trained sight lines that are designed to absolutely demolish by Z11. Vanessa will try to get maybe 1 or 2 out of this one, just to help out his team and maybe his economy, Asterai. But oh man, I can't help but feel that Team Secret is cracking at the core. The foundation's looking a lot shakier.
Yeah, we're starting to lose that, you know, just the due diligence. Oh, we're gonna check A long, and then everything just goes down the hole. Ouch. I like the idea, right? But you're just gonna get shot. 11-9, Z11. They're bringing it back to status quo, right? This is what we're kind of expecting to see from them as well.
Again, it might be just super frustrating for Team Secret. How are they losing to all these flanks? How are they letting these flanks happen to begin with? And maybe they're still trying to readjust how they maybe want to set up their traps or invest an extra body just so they don't get backstabbed. At the same time, Z11, they have a lot to throw at to break these traps, and Killsy might just get sandwiched here. He might just be as good as dead.
Well, that TP actually goes the other way. No, Secret might have just overdone it. I think he just went in and wanted to go straight for the kill. Aplix, though, good shot as always, but unfortunately, this is just bedlam. This is just mayhem, and there we have it. The first knife kill of the series, of the game, and it's off of map point for Z11.
Gun here.
I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry.
Oh, no. Yeah.
I'm speechless. Z11, they found their stride, and now they haven't slowed down by 1 bit. It's been downhill for Team Secret ever since that failed conversion at the bonus. Look at the scoreboard right now and how the trend has been. This could potentially be the killing blow for map number 1. Potentially maybe a 2-0. Like I said, I really just don't agree with Lotus being left on the open when you're playing against this Thai squad.
Well, not even the problem now. It's just the Haven's just not looking too hot from Team Secret, right? Second half.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but it's the truth.
Yeah, it has blown up in their face, unfortunately. Can't do anything about that. And again, Team Secret's just that team that they start so well, And then you just have one of those rounds where it just fumbles and you can't really get that mental back. It really just screws with them. And Z11 is just experts at being able to just reel that comeback. Anyways, set up here for Team Secret already on this A site. Push coming in. Vinesse, good starting pick onto Bass Babe. And again, Louis goes for the drop down. A bit too overzealous. And maybe this is Z11 getting a bit too gung-ho at just taking the fight against Team Secret. It is a 3 versus 4 as the round continues. Vinesse has used the neural theft for that information gathering. And Fontes now slowly creeping up. Gets good information. A 2 is already spotted on Hell. Hardora and teammates slowly creeping up here. Applix, a good time on that paranoia will be killer against Z11 here. And it might have to just back away. He kills the Ascendant with the gate crash, but gets caught, and Team Secret answer back. They're not out of this just yet.
2 more rounds, they equalize, and pardon my frustration, but the strength of Team Secret seems to be super apparent when the protocols are working, like you mentioned, but that's true for any team. Yeah. At the same time, Master, I'm really surprised that there's a lack of like maybe mid-round calling on their end, maybe because they're a really young team. At the same time, we have NDG on that roster. I'd assume making a lot of these calls because he has had a lot more experience, like relatively speaking, right? He's been around for a good amount of time, has had premier experience. Now maybe looking to be a leader of the squad, but kill contract on Endo. Can he convert? Yes. Yes, he can.
Yeah, always good on that one. It's the ISO on ISO violence. Okay, NDG's just... I wonder what it was doing with that one. Oh, Secret. Round the corner here. Challenges. Good for the fight. The back of things. That was a paranoia as well. It hit just multiple of them. Now it's Vinesse. He's been pretty good alongside Applix, but it's a 3 versus 1. He does have a shot onto Enduistine. Now he has a minute on the clock. Can go for the reposition. Bass Babe realizes this and now sets his sights on a long. The slow creep up. I think he might have heard the footstep on Vinesse as well, but this is a 1 versus 1 possibility here for Vinesse as Hardora is around Graffiti. Spots it out. They could go for the 2 swing, but there's no need to do so. 2 of them coming around. Cypher Cage, not triggering it. Bass Babe aggresses, and now it's Vinesse setting up a trap, but is the trap for him? And it will be, and that's going to be Z11 with the first map in their pockets.
The thorns, they can be, no pun intended, a thorn on the side of any would-be attacker. But this round, about to start, Astra, do you have any like reservations on this comp specifically?
At least for Z11, not really. I feel like it's pretty dang solid. If you had maybe another Sentinel, but it's pretty good. You have the Shear, right, to stop them from coming into potentially that C site. You have flashes and everything. It's kind of the same thing from Team Secret, though, because I'm looking at it, and it's the same comp again. Team Secret has been... I think they've also... I mean, I don't think they're copying Z11 at some point. I think this is just something that they've practiced and it works out well for them. But these matches where it's just mirror picks, we'll have to see how effective it truly is from Team Secret. Z11 has gotten a little bit of that contact. The fight out is already, and Hardora just showcasing the power that his Ghost has. Enduistine catches the evacuating the fleeing opponent, and now it's just down to NDG and Applix. Although they're pretty good, they're pretty strong. Unfortunately, just too much to deal with Enduistine, and the rest of Z11 just picks up that pistol.
Man, I like that NDG was trying to front that, but the double swing on the side of Z11 was a little too quick for him to really respond in time. Did a decent amount of damage, Astra, but Z11, they are just so comfortable on this map, regardless of what side they want to take. It feels like they have the utmost confidence to just, oh, hey, let's push up, play with our utility, and just hope for the trades. And again, when they break it down to a really simple play style, they're really effective. They can play the complex sets, sure, but why bother with something that'll give you too much of a mental stack when something like this is working?
Yeah, absolutely right. Just, again, play to the strengths that they have already.
All set.
All right, Z11 using the Outlaw and Marshall combination. I like it. You know, jiggle peaks are a thing from Team Secret. Ooh, Prodigy.
Hey, what?
Yeah, nasty taps with the classic, though. That's going to be a bit expensive for them. Those pistols, actually. Never mind. It's fine. Still, though, can't really full send it. Oh, no, that's a Bulldog. Okay, never mind. They have to pick it up. Yep. Can't full send it on B. That wall is going to be quite difficult to separate them for a couple of seconds. Bass Babe now challenging, but hasn't seen that Applix is just right in front of him. And Applix, unfortunately, just can't find the contact. Bass Babe got a whiff of the aggressive play Team Secret wanted to do, and now I think Z11's just realizing there's just a little bit too many bodies and goes the other direction. But at the same time, look at this minimap. Team Secret also doing the same thing, going the other direction, going the other way.
30 seconds left.
Well, this is definitely going to break out here. I doubt that the pistols are going to do that much damage, but they've already managed to secure one. It's the utility to finish off Endo. And Team Secret, with their wits and their firepower in hand, they're shooing away Z11. Temporarily could be down one here, though. NDG tries to get one, but Hardora with a quick double kill to keep this in the bag, expensive as it was. It's still Applix keeping it going. Boss Babe could have a price to pay here with the amount of HP he has. Now, Bulldog, I don't think Applix notices that he has that weapon. He's still trying to fight this out. Somebody better call out that this man is a primary, and that could have been the difference, Asarai. Why didn't anybody tell him he had a rifle?
I don't know. Maybe he just couldn't really swap out the weapons and just challenge for the fight, but that's unfortunately what's going to happen.
He had time. I refuse to believe he could have. Come on now.
This is a good combo, though.
I refuse to believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also thought that there was going to be...
One enemy remaining.
what's the word here? I thought there was going to be a better chance for Team Secret right now because all of their opponents were just, you know, rocking the Outlaw and the Marshals, but somehow Z11 through... I don't know if that's like a handicap in a way to have those weapons up against Team Secret that had the pistols and whatnot, but it's not as hot, right? Anyways, Team Secret, aggressive posture here on Rubble, forces back Z11 for the meantime. You know, just making sure that this Rubble position is theirs for the time being.
I think it's a good call here by Team Secret. They know they have the superior firepower. At the same time, Z11, they might just reconsider on how they want to take those anti-ecos, because I feel like, sure, the scoped weapons did land, but there were a few fights that could have been completely avoidable with the Spectre in hand, and maybe gave Team Secret just a little bit more to worry about. Everybody has a decent amount of armor here, though, so that Outlaw is only going to be effective against NDG and Prodigy, which are far removed from potentially the action here, Astra. An uncontested B site could be the name for Z11, as they plan on walking up, but patience, patience for everybody.
I like the idea there. The trap set up by Vanessa and teammate, but Pontus just baiting out the sheer. Gotta give it to him, and it didn't fall down to that one. Rest of Z11 now setting their sights on this A site. Prodigy here at Baby Door throws out the nade. Hopefully can stop the push out from Z11, but no. Somehow Endosteen found the access, although he just cannot get through the barrage of bullets. Applix around the corner here. Killzy able to actually still get around the corner right now, and somehow they're able to force the fight back. Team Secret just punishes the plant, can't really allow, or doesn't really allow Z11 to, you know, do as they please on the site and just shut it down before it really becomes a problem.
And that's exactly it. You cannot allow the other team to impose their will on you. Beautiful stuff here by Team Secret, responding just a little bit more sooner than the previous map. And Z11, maybe that's how you keep them on their toes, right? Maybe you have to fight them in these types of transitions, because Z11 obviously had a lot of time to try and maybe take tree control. Team Secret, the moment they had that available, there's just a frag here and there.
Oh, wow. That's actually two. So there's a kill for the nade and the Vandal for Endosteen here. And he's already bringing out the showstopper. NDG's been spotted already at the front of the site, and no one's actually controlling A site at all. Vanessa, he just can't move. Oh, no!
Oh, dude.
Vanessa! Not like this! We're just down to Secret, though. He's got the Vice, but yeah, he's just way too far from the situation. Just back away. Save the weapon already. It's a done deal, at least for this one.
Yeah. I mean, I was about to talk about the replay and maybe dissect how Team Secret had a successful round, but Z11 quick to respond and kind with that amount of speed and once again confidence in their take. It didn't even bother them one bit. Like, the moment they had rebel control, okay, why not? Let's go walk up. Let's wrestle trio away. See if we can catch anybody out trying to contest. I mean, it's already a 4v4 at this point. Why not, right? 4v3 rather.
Also well
And
timed.
it just kind of became a little awkward. I feel like Team Secret, they have such a low success rate when they aggressively contest. If we go back to the Haven map, when they played for the trades, far more receded. They were winning.
Yeah, but I think that's not something you can really do on Lotus. If you lose this rebel control, you just lose so much. Prodigy, though, is bringing out that showstopper, able to use it to his advantage. Unfortunately, the problem is that's only one player. There's like 4 more right behind. Endoistine, exactly what happened here. Vanessa, so close to the fight, knows that Fontus, or someone at least from Z11, is going to be holding his very close position. And they're just eagerly waiting for for the smoke to just drop down. Once it happens, though, the paranoia completely perfectly set. The fight commits, but that spray transfer from Killsy, Divine, as Z11 picks up another round 4-1.
So now we talk about like how Lotus is as a map, and I do also agree with that point where kind of a bit more assertive on this map. Not necessarily all the time, but just enough to keep your opponents at bay and make them respect that you're willing to fight.
Yeah.
But maybe that's also a stylistic clash, Aster. I mean, Team Secret, again, they're better at responding in comparison to when they try to be proactive. I want to break it down on the whys of that action, but we need a little bit more data. I think I'm just going off the results of some of the rounds that have transpired both on Haven and on this map. Now with Sheriffs in hand, they're still looking to contest, and data is still leaning towards when Team Secret contest, they just kind of lose regardless of the weaponry.
Yeah. And the timing is just, I feel like downloaded by Z11 already. They know the Team Secret's going to want to play that initial contact every single time. And, you know, to no fail, Team Secret's just there always. Secret's just able to get that pick, but it's not really going to be enough now that Z11's just done the damage. He was just alone on the site. Baby door's already open. And you see just the flood of Z11. And now,
What?
It's called, yeah, that door that there. It's either called baby door or murder hold.
Or vent. You could call it
Oh,
vent.
yeah. But it's not a
Baby
vent, technically. Because it's on the floor, right? A vent should be high above, like, a little bit higher on the ceiling, no?
I don't want to explain to you how like an HVAC work. Okay, I mean, at the same time,
that's what they
baby
told
door.
me it was called. So I was like, really? It's called baby
I mean,
door?
You can call it baby. I think I've heard that like once or twice in my entire life, but I think vent is more. I don't know. Either way, I think it's just a funny call. You know, there's a lot of funny calls in this game.
Yeah.
Obviously, we have to keep it friendly for everybody.
Yeah. I like how
at
for
the
a
same
certain time, the A-long position for Haven was called banana. You know?
That
Yes. Before, like year
trying
1,
to
year
remember.
2. Like, yeah, that was year 1, year 2 of Valorant. Like for
2 years.
Yeah. But then
You
people
remember
just
that
like
interview?
didn't know what it was really, but yeah.
I forgot who it was. It was Champions 2022, and somebody asked like, I forgot who they were interviewing. And they're like, how long have you been playing Valorant? 2 years. Yeah, the game's been out like 2 years. You know what I mean? I remember we were like talking about this like a while back,
I remember that too.
but kind of getting sidetracked here. It started from the baby door. I mean, like, aside from that, you know, that is a really common hotspot for the map. Some teams like to keep it closed. Some teams like to keep it open just so the retake for B is a bit easier. Others use it for a sound spot. I like that type of interaction, you know. But now again, Z11, repeat. Hey, if it worked, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Now, Team Secret able to force this back ever so slightly, but again, now that Z11 just hears all of that kerfuffle on Rubble, Steel Garden's been activated already, and they're looking for this B site. But the thing is, they're just focusing on this B take. They haven't seen the flank coming around them, and that's where the spike actually is. There's actually might be a ruse from Z11, but it's actually just blowing up in their face. But hold on! The plan! Oh, Enderstein! What a flick for the second kill! That was looking solid for Team Secret up until that one instance, that one split second moment where Z11 just got 4 kills out of just nowhere.
I can't believe that happened again, but Vanessa, surely he anticipates the double tree position here. Z11 haven't played any variation on it whatsoever. Just such a difficult high-low to deal with, and when Vanessa crosses this corner, it could be a problem. Tries to fake it out, tries to bait a reaction, but alas, there is a Viper on the opposite end too.
Oh, he was able to at least escape that one, right? Unfortunately, no half on the spike, no tap on the spike, and Vanessa, yeah, just falters. Z11 just looking nigh unstoppable here on Lotus. Locked and loaded. We're talking about, you know, if Hardora having that Vice and just changing the setup would have been problematic here for Z11. Absolutely not. They just look so just as dominant as they were before. They had a 13-3 standing against Alter Ego. Are they going to best their record and maybe have a better outcome here, result against Team Secret?
That could be the case, but Team Secret will probably be doing their best to adjust and whatnot. I think we've only seen the Sheer have like a gigantic impact once, and it was from the trap play. But it's hard to judge since Z11 is still on attack. Team Secret, like you said, there seems to be a lot of experimentation as right, but for the most part, it's been blowing up. Basket again, inserting himself towards tree. Nobody expects him towards switch, but that's a phantom drops. And now maybe an avenue for Team Secret to walk on.
I have the spike.
Killsy had to run back as he had to pick up the spike all the way through their spawn. Well, that being said, though, like you mentioned, Prodigy was able to pick up himself a rifle. Secret just backing away. Vanessa holding a position here without his team. It actually blows up in his face. Secret, though, will get fragged back. Prodigy does spot the lurking Hardora. And now it's a 2 versus 2 once again. Team Secret always pressed to play for these situations. And Prodigy, oh, fortunately will not be able to spot out Fontes there. Goes in for the position, and Enduisteen never misses a beat. The timing, NDG fights back. And now it's a 1 versus 1 paranoia available for Fontes. That spike planted. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to spot it out or whatnot, but as he hears this Prowler, he knows that NDG is somewhere near on the site. Immediately starts defusing that spike, and he will reposition. NDG, oh, he's half the spike already. Does he know where Fontes is? Oh no, he's on his own mind games. I think NDG just is getting outmaneuvered, out-red, and Fontes counts the defuse perfectly, denies, and that's going to be another round for Z11.
So patient by Fontes there. I thought he would bite on the second tap immediately. But he knew in his bones that there was no way in hell he was going to lose that clutch. The 11 really leveraging this attacking side with 7 rounds on the board to TS's 1. Everybody's been somewhat turning it up, but Vanessa's having a really quiet game here. Viper's Pit up soon, could be used potentially to deny some space if he gets an orb or maybe a frag to his name. Boss Babe scouts out the one player trying to jump spot towards A, but I doubt that he has an idea that there is a nature, or rather a stack of this nature towards Van, towards Baby Door. But Boss Babe gets one with the op.
How does he even realize they're about to go for the cross there? That's crazy.
Not ready yet.
Anyways,
You just held.
yeah. But that's just painful, right? Again, getting spotted out by an operator that's not even on the duelist, that's gonna hit your mental a little bit more there, especially on the attacking side. Excuse me about that, but yeah, Flash, not really blinding Fontes here. Puts out a smoke for himself, and he usually clears the left side. So he's spotted, but Vanessa does get the W on that one. Still though, rest of Z11 now going to be knocking into that A site. Door's been open already on switch. And Enduisteen not missing or not wasting any time whatsoever. Sends it immediately. Clears as much coverage of this A site as possible so they can just plant the spike. Steel Garden's been activated, and all they have to do is really back away. Although that Seize makes it a little bit difficult. The Seize back as well from Z11 to delay. Viper Spit activated as well. Gonna blot out some vision from Team Secret. So 4 versus 4. Vinesse can use his own, but this is just going to be so damn chaotic. They are just sizzling inside the pit. Their HP's hella low, and again, they really can't do anything about this, but Aplex just charges right in. It has to be a bloody firefight, but Endo his team. The backstab, I don't think Secret knows about this.
come
and he's
on.
just going to be able to deny that one. The conversion in Vinesse. Does he have time? Oh, he will. He just was able to make it happen. So much confusion, but the Classic triumphs in the end.
Such a chaotic round for both teams here, but with some fancy footwork, Vinesse puts himself back into the game in an emphatic fashion as well. Team Secret gets a second round on the board, but I gotta say, Asarai, that was just off the back of some star power. Again, it looks so dangerous, but some quick thinking here to pop the pit and just kind of decay everybody with that confusion, because normally when it's a counter pit, you can't really tell which is which.
Yeah.
And sometimes the overlap's too much to handle in those chaotic moments.
Yeah, and again, you know, weapons like the Classic just gets that value, gets there's just so much decay. A random bullet from a burst tap or an alternate fire from a Classic is just going to be good enough. Curtain will fall. Oh, as the curtain falls, it seems like Z11's really the one star of the show. Oh, that's unfortunate. They thought the Toxic Screen was just going to be able to give Team Secret a bit of an edge here, but it's actually the opposite. Z11 was more prepared with that one. Now, Vinesse and Secret. Last two players from... I just love how... And this team just sends it. Now, Secret's is positioning exposed. You can't really get close into the site here. And Z11... Okay, I thought they were going to go super aggressive with that one, but at least not for now.
When in doubt, 8 out if you're Z11 apparently. Another freebie falling into the wave boss babe here that's gonna go into his pocket and help his efforts to recharge that pit. We're getting closer and closer to this half. Hopefully, Team Secret's gonna have a bit better time on that offensive side. At the same time, this just heavy push towards A, despite all the configurations being thrown at it, seems to be unstoppable for Z11. It just seems that they're so prepared for whatever fight is going to happen. If it breaks out from the box, if it breaks out from stairs, or from the dangerous corner, from the site itself, Z11 has it covered. Team Secret, I'm really surprised too why they're just not conceding the site and maybe going for a retake when they were really good at that.
Yeah. I agree, but again, I think it's just the change of landscape, right? That has also changed up their decision making, or maybe it's the comp that's a little bit more comfortable for them. It's the same thing that we're seeing here, where it was just a little bit different a while ago, since they could at least set the pace when they were attacking on Haven. Completely different story, at least on this one. Paranoia has been used, but there was a very quick answer there from Hardora and the rest of Z11. Just throw out the Snake Bite as well as the Razor Vines, and you're going to be good. Killzy and the rest, the other portion of Z11, slowly creeping in. And they're just baiting that Sheer just, again, drop down as quickly as possible.
If anything, Z11's been really good at avoiding the Vice utility. I'm trying to remember when was the last time they got caught out by an Arc Rose, or just the general floor traps that this agent does bring.
Yeah.
And so far, it just hasn't been there. And with that being said, I'm surprised Team Secret's not aggressively lobbying for more presence towards A with that agent. I mean, because if they isolate the jump, if they isolate the 1v1, then it's going to be a problem for Z11. But right now, it's smooth sailing.
Well, here comes the steps from Z11. We've opened Baby Door once again. Plan on the spike will commence. Okay, so there's a chance here where Team Secret might be able to find a fight. Oh no, he just traces it back to the sender. Oh my god. Good shot throw from Secret. Gonna be able to get a shot or a takedown with that Sheriff of his. Team Secret now slowly coming in and slowly being taken down by Z11. Vanessa is the only one left standing here on the top part of the B site. Haunt in front of his eyes as he tries to back away, but Killzy just traces him down. 9-2. And Z11. Oh boy, unstoppable in the first half.
And you can say that again. I'm really surprised they decided to just burn the showstopper for that. I mean, they had no qualms of just like having a bit more insurance. They knew the weapons were weaker. But hey, do it anyway. I mean, they still have a pretty high impact ult with Killzy. Hardor is not too far away from Steel Garden. Team Secret, on the other hand, they have access to their own showstopper if they want to use that in this round. But Prodigy does get spotted out. Actually, it spots out both players trying to set up towards C.
Yeah.
Now Z11, they're doubling back.
That's kind of awkward too, though, that you know, both of them just get spotted, no one shoots it down, which also burns the, you know, the positioning for Fontes. Oh no, Bass Babe is just pushing for himself. Vanessa does get the refrag, but again, big lapse of judgment here from Team Secret. Question now is, well, this can actually still look solid for TS, especially like you mentioned, there is that showstopper from Prodigy. He's holding the C site. Steel Garden's been activated already. Applix, again, backing away, just, you know, making sure. But still, this is just not looking too hot for him. Prodigy, he's shot out the showstopper. Does find Fontes here, though, and they're fighting them back. It's looking pretty damn solid. It's only down to Killzy. Vanessa is slowly encroaching, just rotating with its teammate, and Team Secret make the best out of that situation as they get themselves a round in to finish off this first half.
93, they'll take anything they can get, Asterai, and they hopefully will muster up the strength to keep trying to push through the slump and maybe turn it around on the second half.
Out of the frying pan and into the fire for Team Secret Academy here. They had again, a good showing on the first map, but this second one on Lotus truly is burning them. Z11 is just masters at this here in the Challengers League.
You said it, Lotus has been a bastion for Z11 that's rarely been contested, and I'm still really surprised teams are allowing it to go through the veto. Maybe Fracture's that much of a threat for really everybody that it's an almost insta-ban. But looking at this game, Team Secret had a chance to sneak away a win on Haven. And this time challenging Z11 at their home turf, rather on their strongest map. Not looking too convincing.
Right, now that we've flipped the script, Z11 not committing as too much of a hot hand on Rubble this point, but Fontes is there though. He's holding that position for as long as he could. Same thing here, Team Secret immediately charging in for the fight. Ardora not able to get any picks whatsoever. Smoke's just been set up, and Team Secret now slowly backing up into a Fontes. Oh, spots out the contact. Now he knows there's a possibility of the wraparound and go back again into the other side.
Again, maneuverability has been the name of the game for the attackers on this map, and Team Secret adhering to this meta strictly. I do like the positioning of Z11 here with that wall. They could isolate one swinging from Rubble, but this is a trap that Team Secret are recognizing apparently. There is a decently open way back and maybe a fight towards B. It's looking a little thin when it comes to utility, but Z11, they are so sharp in these duels, man.
Yeah, 30 seconds though.
30 seconds left.
Team Secret's gotta have to send it somewhere, right? I mean, there's not enough time anymore. Razorvine's still there. Prodigy somehow manages to get back, and looks like Team Secret's gonna have themselves a 5 versus 5 later on. Ardora just holds the position at the back of tops of C and actually gets blasted. Now they know that someone's close by. Paranoid for Paranoia here. Out in the open, Applix will get shut down. Prodigy trying to wrap around, but he forgot about Waterfall. No, he did not. Wins the battle there, too. And now it's down to Endestein, who pushes back. Snakebite right in front of his face, and he will get spotted. He will get shut down. And Team Secret, what a very chaotic yet successful pistol round for them.
Confusing play there, too, around the pillar for Z11, but Team Secret looking to convert. Going for a straight up upgrade on Prodigy. Vandal in hand, looking to aggressively maybe plow through these next coming rounds with Z11 with the Sheriffs, although hasn't been shown too much today, are pretty lethal on these eco rounds.
There.
Not much when it comes to the changing of this defensive layout. It's still a 1-3-1. Team Secret going for more rubble control as they walk up. And so early onto the round, Astra, where we see a pretty good position for our Filipino squad.
Cover going out.
Yeah, not making any waste of the advantage that they've gotten. Still gotta be careful, though. Z11 have committed the Sheriffs in this one. That wall made perfectly just to go for the fight. Prodigy's not going to be able to get out of this one, too, so they have to at least assist him on the push-out, on switch, on tree. They spotted that Endoistine was just, you know, flirting around the smoke. Will get spotted one. Another one as well. Bass Babe. Oh, he's converting, though. 2 kills already to his name. But now Team Secret systematically take him down. Just making sure. Killsy, Hardora, gonna be the only ones to remain. Classics in hand. Hardora does back away. Can wait for his teammate, though, before he does anything else. And we'll be setting up the flashes just so that they can slowly encroach on this A site. Maybe try to even open switch there if there's any weapons available for Killsy here. Now, Vanessa and the rest of Team Secret huddled at the back of the site. Spike planted very beside them. Want to go for the second floor here. And it seems like the read looking pretty dang solid, and well, it's probably the round win at this point.
Standing.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty much on the wall already. At the same time, I'm glad that Team Secret managed to keep that Vandal intact. That could have been a point of failure that would have been a disaster if it did fall into the hands of Z11. Pretty decent shooting all around. Acceptable round also on our Thai squad here. They got 2 picks and have reduced that armory just a little bit. But now they have an awkward buy. It is going to be rifles, yes, but the armor situation is not going to be too great, making that Guardian on NDG that much more lethal. Now, there seems to be a bit of a slowdown on this defense, Aster. That's 2 rounds now. Great conversion by Team Secret. However, Z11 does have a timeout to burn if they choose to do so.
Yeah, and they have the buffer rounds, right? They got 9 almost straight rounds against TS. This is at least a very good slowdown for Team Secret. And I think this is the spot that they wanted to be in, at least, right? Being able to not really take the fight against Z11, or be able to set the pace against Z11 is what they want. That's why they want to be on the attacking side and take the fight. So, completely opposite for me. Prodigy, though, pretty snappy on that one. The exit is... Okay, Fontes? No. NDG just snipes him down. Bass Babe, able to get the refrag, but that's quickly just answered back by Secret. Now Hardora and Killsy. Last 2 to remain. No one on the site just yet.
There.
Ooh, Hardora. Drop. I'll go around the corner here. Aplex is so nasty with that one. And Team Secret might be able to just, again, close that distance, close that gap.
Doing his best. Doing their best. Another thing to look out is that there is a bunch of ults coming to the way of Team Secret. They've been getting good amount of frags their way, evenly distributed to other players. So now Showstopper's not too far. Nightfall isn't too far either. They could use this to snowball and further their comeback to more, I'd say, reachable areas. For the 11, it's a bit of a cold spell for them. It's been 3 rounds in a row where there hasn't been too much resistance or meaningful frags on their end, Asteray. Sure, it's biting well for Team Secret. And maybe we're gonna go into that 1-1 situation. Especially with this broken buy again. They've been somewhat conservative with this.
Yeah. And they haven't been as aggressive as Team Secret, you know, compared to the first half where they just willing to always, or Team Secret was always willing to fight and them not so much. Z11 though, and the rest immediately just, again, aggressive stance on Rubble. forces everyone back. Fontas is going to be the one to just be the lone guard, just to make sure. And I think as he was just jumping up and down, Vinesse catches him. So that was pretty strong, or that's a pretty good pick for Team Secret that probably opens up the A site in its entirety.
There's a lot of hesitation on Team Secret's side, though.
Toxins going up.
They are aware that Z11 can be a tricky team, but that frag on Vinesse should prompt the rest of the team to move forward now. Really stubborn duel being played out here towards the spawn. Team Secret, they now get that plant going, and Z11 yet in another like awkward eco situation where there's just too many healthy players to deal with, and that's gonna be Killsy removed from the round. I really doubt that there's much Endo can do at this point. With another 4K and Vinesse, a slow start on the first half, but now already so close to that pit.
Well, that was pretty solid all throughout. This was the one, yeah. And Vinesse is just good at just being able to find all of that contact too, right? With the outline and everything. Z11, well, here it is. Timeout's been called for them. And with good intentions, Team Secret is just 2 away from just being able to equalize that one. Z11 now in a little bit of trouble, but we have seen them rally back. They just need that bit of guidance on this timeout and just again get that reset if they can. If not, well, we could, as you mentioned, we could be looking at that 1-1 map number 3. Vade is just making sure.
I mean, they can't be complacent. The killing blow is right there in front of them. And that round lead suddenly dwindles to just 2. The 11 can adapt, can play this out to the best of their ability, but that won't matter when they get like mentally rocked, when they get wobbled just a tiny bit and then they all get like displaced. But that's why they have their coach. That's why they're going for that timeout, to avoid that instability, like you said.
I agree. Now that they have their gun round, very close to a lot of ultimates as well. Maybe potentially biding their time, right? To just get those key abilities available for them. This might be it. This might be the turning point for both teams, honestly. Prodigy. Just, again, going for the fight. So quick on the contact, and his taps have been nasty. Reposition from Bassbabe if he gets caught or gets spotted by that Haunt as he tries to back away. The rest of Team Secret's already looking to go for that quick rotation. Vinesse, he's already gotten here on the site. I like this. I think this might just make it seem that he just faked it, but now with Applix going for the shouted step and a lot of noise on the C side, that might have just been a signal for Z11 that, well, Team Secret's here. We got to play for that retake once more.
Game has slowed down a little bit, but Bassbabe wants to speed it up, put the pedal to the metal to get his team back into the race here. Doable 3v3, Viper Spit available, so number 1 is to get themselves onto the site. Hardor trying to clear the way for his team, but the shots are coming through from Team Secret. NDG 1 away from a Nightfall and is in such a good spot here. Could anticipate maybe with a Hunt and get a free kill. Look at this, Asteroid. More chaos is ensuing. And now it's Team Secret with the upper hand. All up to Bassbabe with low HP. Gets finished off by Secret. And now Z11 in an even more precarious spot.
Wow, Team Secret. Prodigy is the biggest factor right now. He's 20 kills, but more than that, if he... potentially if you see the replay here, you know, just me describing it, that 2 starting kills when both Z11 and Team Secret were waiting for that fight and him just, again, one-upping them was a big boon already because that just lost him and to his team. You know, another crucial component in assuring that Z11 has a strong player, has that raised utility just to keep fighting back. But no, Endo's team's just going, probably just doing a really good job at, you know, being a duelist for Team Secret right now. Just getting those key kills.
Crucial fights for Team Secret here, but now we talked about how complacency can be the enemy for these teams, and overconfidence will definitely be providing a lot of those whispers that you should swing, you should do it now. Z11 getting a rifle for their troubles, or at least a guardian. Will shoot away Team Secret. However, this seaside is not as open as you would think. There's a lot of utility here. Hardora just has to stay alive.
Face your fear!
There it is. They've committed the Nightfall and everything, but Team Secret has yet to really push up into the site. Hardora is going to try to hold this by himself, and he's doing it quite well here with the first pick already. Prodigy has spotted out Bass Babe, and the Showstopper connects onto Secret.
No way.
This is just crumbling at the seams for TS. Applix is the only one to remain here, trapped very much. Compressed, condensed. Up against the wall, and he just whiffed a shot against Hardora. That is not something you want to do against him. And Z11, complacency, as he mentioned, was the weakness of Team Secret on that one, and they lost it to just the pistols.
Hey Siri, play I Fall Apart by Post Malone. That should have been a conversion here by Team Secret,
goodness.
and now suddenly this gap is... I wouldn't say insurmountable, Astar, but it would have been nice for them to at least even it out. Now they give Z11 a fighting chance by giving them rifles. Yes, 2 ultimates were expended, but there are still a few more ready and waiting at the wings. And Team Secret pick up the pace.
Prodigy not wasting any time whatsoever. Got the Showstopper ready. Not going to get that kill he was kind of hoping for, but it is a tool used to push them back. Here comes the rest of Z11. Team Secret rips out their Viper's Pit, and here comes the push. Endostein starting it off. Paint shells waiting first. Snakebite as well. This is really good delay tactics from Team Secret. Big flanks coming in. Great shot from Bass Babe. Prodigy around the corner. Waits. Repositions. And here comes the rest. Does get the first shot off, but it's still a net positive for Z11. Viness, though, getting value off of his ultimate, but Z11 encroaches and systematically picks them off bit by bit. And they're able to just defuse this. And another round for Z11. Team Secret, they were mounting up a comeback, but now Z11, they're back again, close to just eliminate Team Secret from the series.
Can't count Team Secret just yet. Did have a pit there ready and waiting, but now they will burn one of those timeouts just to maybe push this into at least an equal score. Because if we look at the economy, or at least when we take a look at it, Asrai, it does look like it is crumbling for Team Secret. They might just fall into an eco if they lose this next round, and that could potentially just spiral out of control if they're not careful. Z11 also making a great recovery despite hitting a doldrum there. I like that their utility is getting much, much sharper, especially after that slow defense. But now they've had enough data. They know how to dissect, and as you mentioned, pick apart the offense of Team Secret. This matchup is looking that much more problematic.
Absolutely. Now, Team Secret, I think... they have been winning these initial duels against Z11, but Z11 has shifted up the pace already, where I feel like they're just making their utility work for them a lot more in those past 2 rounds, right? Where Team Secret, they're expecting to face a fight as soon as the wall drops, but then there's nothing there, and as they slowly encroach, that's when Z11 strikes back once more. Endostein, though, could be in trouble here. He's caught by the seas, trying to back away into the safety of Rebel, which he will be able to do so. Both of them just making a lot of investments just for this initial fight.
Question is, when is it gonna break open? I mean, everybody's just being really patient now. Team Secret know that they've been a bit more successful with that pace when they keep Z11 on their toes, guessing on where their rotations are. And if there was an attack to happen where both these players are rotating, that could have been a disaster. But this is not scouted out just yet by Team Secret, or at least have found this timing. The patience again, Astray. I doubt that there's anything that's going to happen for the next 10 seconds here. They are going to line up the utility. Let's see 11. They're making their rounds towards A now. All up to Pontus.
Well, he's going to get spotted by the Hunt, so there's nothing else that he can really do at that point. Endostein, though, playing inside the smoke. The push out as well. The Nightfall gives him a lot of cover, and now he knows. The backstab? Oh, they're not going to know about this! And the conversion from Endo's team, 2 on the backstab. They were just a little bit too, well, blinded, deafened, and everything else because of the Nightfall. And it just blows up straight in their face. Now, Hardora spots out the 2. Prodigy. Oh, there's Prodigy now. He's picked up the rifle, or picked up the spike, and he pushes through the snake bite just because there's no real option left. And he falls down. Z11, map point, and series point already.
Incredible play there by Z11 to put Team Secret in a literal box. Not just with the Nightfall, but as well as with the Steel Garden to just shoo them away from a fair fight, Aserai. Team Secret, maybe, just maybe, at the cusp of losing the series. They still have a buy round available. Steel Garden on Secret is also there. Applix having a cold game, but this could be his turning point. Z11 once again equipped to deal the coup de grace.
Ooh. Final blow. Whoa, no, that was a missed shot. That was a missed opportunity. Could have been something huge if they got Killsy there. That was unfortunate. Team Secret now not wanting to really go for the C push. Again, just wrapping around once again. You still have a minute left onto that clock, Fontas. The only difference from now here is he has the From the Shadows to get out of harm's way, just in case. And he's just making sure that he can at least get that information. Now that he sees the wall, and yeah, he just repositions already. He just does not want that heat. Oh, the wall actually gives him cover.
Ooh.
That was timing.
It's a slow burn right now. And Team Secret, they can't like get into their heads here. They know where Killsy is. Hardora is already taking damage, so they just have to break this down brick by brick. But wait, Endo. Come on, dude. You can't do that.
Yeah, that feels a little bit illegal. Still Garden used, but he's got the shorty at close range, and that's the perfect time to use it. Applix going to be able to pick up the spike with his ultimate, but the problem is it's a 5 versus 1. Man, he's got to go for the most insane clutch of his life. He wants that fight against Fontas, but he is just not going to be able to do anything as the paranoia gets slapped across his face, and Z11 take this series against Team Secret.
Flawless.
Oh, man. I was expecting this to be a bit more competitive, Aserai, but Z11 have